a lot of women ain't gonna give y'all the opportunity. They're gonna smell your stank ass breath and never talk to you again. So what's good, all my fellow savages? Welcome back or to my channel. It's your boy, the Self-Aware Savage, and here, man, we get right to it. So today's video, I'm gonna talk about the struggles that I know a lot of men are having with dating, but also how to put you in a better position to acquire the woman of your dreams, okay? And y'all know I'm a person you can listen to because you see, I ain't rich. I can't just take a shorty on a yacht next week and then, you know, she all of a sudden letting me pop it open. You feel me? I don't own a yacht, you know? I'm working, I live in a luxury apartment. Feel me? I got a well-paying job, probably like a lot of y'all, you know what I'm saying? Or if anything, you just got a 9 to 5. And so we coming from a similar viewpoint on just how we structure things. And honestly, dating hasn't been difficult for me. And it's due to these 5 things that I'm about to share with y'all today. So let's get right into it. First things I'm gonna share with y'all that I know a lot of people is doing right now and it's killing your dating opportunities is stop telling people so much so soon, right? And I used to do this all the time. And what that is overall is you know your expectations in your mind. And so you just start sharing them right away on what you expect out of the relationship. Bruh. That is the worst thing you can do off the bat, because what do y'all think ruins a lot of relationships? It is expectations. But to get to that point, to expect anything out of anyone, you actually need to build rapport. You need to build value. You need to build connection. And on day one, you don't have any of that. And so you coming into it like, these are my boundaries. These are my expectations. This is what I know I want out this. It's just too much. Y'all don't even want to know how many situations I backed out of because the expectations got too crazy. Where I was sitting back like, shorty, you want all this out of me? While I'm trying to achieve all the things I'm trying to achieve, this is just too much, right? And so imagine that after 3-4 months of talking. We talking, y'all doing it from day one. Number 2 is gonna be how to pick the right first date, okay? Now this is where so many men fail at, right? You never make it past the first date. And a lot of times it's because you couldn't bring your 100% authentic self to the table. And why couldn't you do that? Because you chose something to do that you thought would be romantic. You thought that she would like. And overall you ended up flopping because it ain't your atmosphere. It ain't your space. It ain't where you used to thriving at. So I'm saying all that to say your first date should be something that you already like to do. Now, if you're like, all right, yo, but all I do is sit in the house and play video games and jack off. Okay, then you gonna struggle, right? That just means before you even start dating, you got some inner work to do. You need to go check out some of my other videos. And then you also need to pick up a hobby for yourself or some activity that you like. So that way you can involve her in that. For me, I love activities. There's roller skating, top golf, bowling, playing pool and ping pong, but that's set up at my complex. Like, I'm down, you feel me? And that's what I'm gonna invite them to. And if they're like, oh, nah, I wasn't really trying to get active, then guess what? We just not gonna go out because I don't wanna end up in a situation that I'm not a fan of. Like going out to dinner, I absolutely hate it because I'm already structured with the way that I eat. So sitting across from somebody, watching them stuff they face, is just not appealing to me. Right? I don't get any energy out of that. And so we can get there. That's something I want to do with somebody I actually got an emotional connection with, not with somebody I'm trying to get to know. It also takes a certain level of confidence when you're planning that first date. Because if I offer you to a paint and sip and then you're like, nah, I don't want to do that. I prefer to go out to dinner. Then I know you're not the person for me. And I'm just going to pass on the whole situation. And that's a place y'all got to get to as well, because I want to thrive on that first date. I don't want to be feeling like I'm struggling to get out my shell, you know what I mean? Now we officially on the date, and so we up to our third thing that you better not do. Do not, under any condition, talk about any of your exes, okay? This is so important when building that connection. Hey, yo, I don't know if y'all ever been on a date with somebody and then they bring up their ex, and you even kind of sometimes sitting back like, what did that have to do with this situation, right? Don't be that person. Talking about your ex is practically like saying, I still got a connection with this individual, and if they ever was to pop back up in my life, I would definitely run back to that. I don't even care if it's a bad scenario. If you're like, yeah, man, my ex, she never want to split the bill and it's crazy. Please don't do that. Just keep anything about your exes, anything about your past situations out of your head. If she starts inquiring about your past and maybe why are you single and everything, your only response to her should be, because the right person for me hasn't come into my life, but I'm out here with you right now, and maybe you're that person for me. You see, simple, confident, you staring her in the eyes, she's gonna be smiling, stop it. You say that to all women. You got, and I could give y'all more lines, but you gotta have something yourself. The fourth thing is so simple, but so many men struggle with this, and that is good hygiene, okay? Fellas, whether you are walking up to a woman and talk to her or you're on that first date, you need to be at top tier, right? You need to be smelling good. You need to have your hair done or shaping up based on how your hairstyle is. You need to have on a nice pair of clothes. Like, why are you showing up stinking? Why are you showing up after a full day of work, telling someone this was the only time available? Then schedule the date when you can get fresh, all right? Yo, there's nothing worse, and I'm gonna tell you a big mistake a lot of people make. They think that their breath don't stink just because they brushed their teeth a couple hours ago. Hey, I'll tell y'all a funny story about a shorty. She was so tough. And we ended up linking up for brunch. And that was like at 1 p.m. But I told her I had to hit the gym and stuff first. And so we go to link up for brunch. She come out the house looking good as hell. Y'all hear me? Then she started talking. And I was like, God damn, did you ain't brush your teeth? And she gonna say, oh, I ain't want to mess my makeup up. I was like, nah, yo, you gotta go back in there and brush your teeth before we go out because you look too damn good for your breath to smell like that. Now, I'm a respectful man. So a lot of women ain't gonna give y'all the opportunity. They're gonna smell your stank ass breath and never talk to you again. So I don't want y'all to end up like that. And so, man, just make sure the pits is good. Make sure you smell good. Make sure that the teeth is brushed. Make sure ain't no sleep in your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Run that washcloth across your face. Make sure your clothes is ironed. Like, show up as a man. The fifth thing, and this has a lot of layers, it is you have to be confident with everything you do throughout the night. No second guessing, okay? If you decide to open her door, do it with confidence, right? If you decide to order the menu, do it with confidence. Every joke you crack, do it with confidence. The more you look for validation when you're doing things, she's gonna notice it, and then she's gonna realize, damn, this man ain't that confident, right? If while you walking, you wanna hold her hand, be like, reach your hand down to hold her hand and be like, all right, let's go in looking good together. You get what I'm saying? If you want to put your arm around her, oh yeah, I like this feeling. Be that person, right? If you want to take a picture with her at the end of the night, man, I want to put this one in the memory book because I had an amazing time with you. You get that picture. You have to just make decisions based on you being a man and based on you being confident in that moment. A lot of times, most men don't get that second date because they're not confident. The woman deep down feels like they can run all over him, and you don't want to end up in that situation, okay? So just make sure y'all be confident. Understand what you bring to the table. You don't need to talk about it. Just show it, and they're gonna fall in love with that. If you stay to the end, y'all already know I gotta give y'all a bonus, and that is to don't put her on a pedestal, okay? This is so important, yo. There are so many men that put women so above them that now they're always in a performative state. You're always trying to put on a show to entertain her. She sees the clown. That whole scenario about a good guy, bad guy, is really just about pedestal and not a pedestal, right? The bad guy is not that he's disrespectful to women. It's just that he understands that he don't need to put on a show. He understands that he could be him and she loves it. That's really all it is. And so if you feel like, no, I gotta make sure and prove to her I am what I am and that she should wanna be around me, then like, you're never gonna get it. And I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. Y'all already know, I just wanna see my fellas succeed when it comes to life, when it comes to this dating space, when it comes to getting money, when it comes to you being happy. You choose it. I truly want that for you. And so I'm always gonna give y'all all the game that I can with all the different things I'm learning as well. Man, if you enjoyed this, make sure you hit that like button. Comment your thoughts below too. What's some other things that you feel like stand out that men need to know that's struggling with dating, that's struggling to get laid? Like, always feel free to share your advice. And of course, hit that subscribe button and I will see everybody at the top.